What's up, guys? YDO doing a cards to get video. I won't call it market watch. We're not watching the market in this one because the market's just ruining our wallets if you're really doing this. But cards to pick up if you're looking at playing on a competitive level in the coming formats. Starting things off, Magispector Paladin, the Ascending Draco Slayer. This guy's about $10, or at least he was the last I checked. Might be more in that $15 range, depends. Either way, he's going to be a staple in the coming formats. He searches any Pendulum monster on the turn that he summoned, I believe at the end phase. Yes, at the end phase. So on the end phase that you summon it, you search out any Pendulum monster from your deck. It's generic in the sense that you only need 2 Pendulum monsters. Other than that, you know, if you're playing Pendulum, if you're looking for a Pendulum card, you're probably playing the Pendulum monsters to be able to summon this. So if you don't have it yet, go out, pick it up. Its price may potentially, I can easily see it rising in the future once, you know, Pendulum Magicians come out, that sort of thing. And in the name of that, I mean, they're pricey, but if you don't have already, you know, Luster Pendulum is about 30-ish on average. Ignister is about 15-ish, I think, and Vector, I'm not 100%, I'd tell you in the 15 to 20 range, unfortunately. They're not necessarily worth the price, especially, you know, Luster and Vector, they're both just supers, they're not short printed or anything, but they're fantastic, and they're getting even more support in future sets that's going to make them absolutely insane. I'm sure you've seen the videos. If not, go ahead and look it up. Look at Draco Slayer Control, or more accurately, you know, Pepe with the counter traps. It's stupid, but absolutely, these guys are things to pick up. This one in particular, Luster Pendulum, is going to be pretty much standard. He's great scale, great effect. He's just almost the perfect splashable pendulum. He's the most generic thing ever, more or less. And in the name of generic pendulums, you know, unfortunately, Archfiend eccentric. And I know you're probably saying, dude, that card's like $80, and I know, I looked at it on TCG and it was going for $90. And you're like, I don't want to pay that. And I'm like, well, I'm Canadian, and your 90 is 120 for me. And that doesn't count the goddamn shipping that it takes to get here. So believe me, I fucking hate the price of this card so goddamn much. But, oh hey, look, a scan. The point is, it is a staple. It is a generic staple in a Pendulum deck. It's very, very good. Scale 7, you know, once per turn, Exiled Forces, what was that card called? I'm not sure. Point is, tribute and pop something, and then in the scale you can get rid of floodgates, namely anti-spell fragments, which will very much hurt your Pendulum decks. Or, you know, if it's already face up, you can't exactly do that. I guess better put, it can get rid of every floodgate that isn't anti-spell fragments. That's what I'm thinking of, because, well, you know, lose one turn, that sort of nonsense. Just play this and get rid of it. It's helpful, you know it's helpful, and you hate the price. Pretty much all there is to say. Other cards to look at, especially for the generic nonsense. Ignite Reload is a generic Pendulum card, and it's ultra rare. Last I looked, it was about 5-ish. I'm apologizing now if these prices aren't quite up to date, but it is a generic, and it's not a minus, it's a +0. You just shuffle any number of Pendulums into your deck and draw the same number +1, so you replace Ignite Reload in itself. Great generic card. Not much else to say about it. It's just a solid card to have in a Pendulum deck if you're looking to just shuffle things up. And if you think that the shuffling isn't exactly helpful, you know, you've probably seen Cosmo do it. It can change up a duel drastically. So, something to think about for sure. In terms of the newest, and by newest I mean most recent meta deck that's going to be coming out, the Magician deck comes out in just a couple of days, like 2 weeks, not even. And obviously, Odd Eyes Engine works very well in that, so if you don't have them yet, you can pick up Odd Eyes Fusion, Odd Eyes Vortex. Beast Eyes Pendulum was a promo card from Shonen Jump. I think it was about 20-ish last I looked, but depending on what you need, and also things like Odd Eyes Rebellion and Zangqi Magician. I don't know, this card has an X, a G, and a K in it, like that. I can't pronounce that, I'm sorry. I think it's Zangqi. Yankee Magician. We're going with it. This guy, I believe, saw his price jump a little bit. It'll probably jump up again if it did jump. It'll jump up again when the Pendulum Magician deck actually comes out. It's solid for getting out Rebellion Dragon in particular, and it's just a great scale 3 and level 7 for the deck. So it's pretty versatile. It's not necessarily staple, I guess. I mean, my build only plays 1, but again, if you're looking at it, you don't have it, just something to think about. And then other things, just in general, Wiretap is going to be an issue once Breaker of Shadow comes out, in the sense that Solemn Notice will be an issue, so you may want to play Wiretap. If you don't like Wiretap because either the price, since it was only printed in Dragons of Legend, or you don't want to shuffle it back since they can search counter traps, the alternative to this would be, what is it, 1,000 Tools? 1,000 Tools, I believe it is. Pay 1,000, negate a trap, and destroy it. That'll be the equivalent if you don't want to shuffle it back. And I mean, other than that, after that, it's Monarchs will be coming out, and the two things to pick up in regards to Monarchs that won't be in the structure deck. Any Mega Monarch that you want to play. The most common ones are Caius, Thestalos, and Zaborg, if you feel like playing the Don't Let the Opponent Play Yu-Gi-Oh version, because there's like an FTK with Exchange of Spirit. But definitely pick up the Mega Monarchs. They're only like $1 or $2 each last I checked. I have a playset of them for, collector's sake, but they're not expensive. They've been reprinted in the Megatins 2014. They're super sparkly, so it looks awesome in your deck, and they're great in that deck as well. But things that won't be as cheap, Fog King saw a price spike since he's great in the mirror match, and also Mask of Restrict, since not only does this help against Monarchs, it helps about against Magispectors, which are prominent now. So that's just kind of a quick look at things you might want to pick up for, the coming formats. Other than that, I can tell you, if you don't already have them, Ptolemaeus and Cyber Dragon Nova are things you should get, because Infinity is dropping if you're planning on playing them. If you are, I assume you already have them, but if you're on the fence, they jumped up. I know Nova was about 10 and Ptolemaeus was about 30-ish. They might have dropped down a little bit to 6 or 7 on Nova, and in the 20-ish range for Ptolemaeus. I'm not sure. If they did, though, do get them now, because they'll jump right back up once you can actually play Cyber Dragon Infinity, and it's going to be defining a format, that card. I promise you. Definitely just an annoying thing to face, so pick them up now if you don't yet. If you don't want to pay $10 for Cyber Dragon Nova, and you can find them at your local Walmart or Target or something, go pick up the Cyber Dragon deck. It comes in it. It's probably like 10-ish bucks anyways, so you can get some decent staples in it. I know it came with Dimensional Prison and another solid trap card. I think it was a Malcat, Malevolent Catastrophe. But definitely things to pick up if you're planning on playing in the competitive game. Let me know if I missed something. I definitely did. I've been trying to come up with a list of everything, and I know there's stuff that I forgot, because it's just, I'm one man. I'm sorry. But absolutely let me know if I missed anything. I'll try and squeeze it in or make annotations about it. And let me know what you guys think, cards that will be big, or if I'm wrong, it won't be big. Go ahead, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. We'll see you next time on YGO Strats.